the body-spirit connection. On the 17th February 2026, just yesterday, I had done a meditation during the time of the solar eclipse, which was around 10 a.m. UTC to 12 p.m. A very profound vision. Took me aback because, of course, there's an understanding about the body, mind, soul, and spirit all being linked. But what I was told, shown very clearly, was that body, mind, soul, spirit, amongst all four, even though they're intertwined and related, the connection between body and spirit was a very strong connection. And the impact between body and spirit was almost like the foundation, and the mind and the soul was contained within it through its strength, almost like it was what held everything together. Body and spirit connection, the strength having a correlation, a very strong correlation, a very strong impact. And what was shown in the vision was almost like one was completely dependent on the other. Yeah. And then I was shown the vision of the spine, the human spine, being the key for our spiritual evolution. The spine being key for our spiritual evolution. A strong spine will help us significantly. So if you look at two different people, one with a stronger spine and one with not so strong or not so aligned, the person with a stronger spine would be probably ahead, easier for the person to go through or experience spiritual upliftment. A lot of programs out there, and a lot of people just depend on meditation, and then they neglect the physical side without realizing how we really need to prepare this vessel. Now I want to talk about, in relation to the spine, the body posture. How the body posture allows for the embodiment of your spirit. The body posture affects hormones. For example, the power poses in yoga increases the testosterone and decreases the cortisol. The physical alignment affects the breath, which impacts consciousness. Breath is life. Life, consciousness. So we think with our whole body, the embodied cognition. So we don't just think with our brain, we think with our whole body. It's a single entity. And let's look into the facial expressions creating those corresponding emotions. The emotional body, physical, the emotional body. So how the physical affects spirit? Slumped posture, a lower, depressed mood, low energy. The flow of energy is not optimal. So keeping the spine upright brings a sense of alertness, presence. And then keeping the chest open, emotional openness, receptivity, back, forth, receiving, releasing. And then keeping our feet flat on the ground, grounding, ideally being barefoot in meditation, creating that electrical balance. As we are like electrical components. Hands are like sensors. So we create this electrical balance with earth, with the soil, with the mud. That's even better, because water conducts. So the grounding. So that's from the posture point of view. I will cover in future videos the other areas like fasting, exercise, movement, also on the gut, brain, the womb, heart for women. All that has an impact. All that has an impact. So, the bi-directional flow, physical, spirit, spirit, physical. Not just one direction, but both ways. Let's see from the physical spirit. When the physical body is strong, it gives stable energy for meditation, spiritual practice. Clear mind and no brain fog, or less brain fog. Emotional resilience, regulation, enhanced intuition and receptivity. Ability to sustain focus and being disciplined. Also, reducing inflammation. When inflammation is less, pain is less, and also reduced mental suffering. So this is all the benefits when the physical body is strong. But when it's not strong, when it's weak, the fatigue will prevent the practice. The brain fog. It prevents ability to see visions. Lack of focus, again, ability to see visions. Emotional upheavals stops us from being centered and not being able to concentrate. Reactivity, less awareness, and inflammation clouds consciousness. Yes, it does. Most sicknesses are caused by inflammation. So to consider that in your diet, to reduce inflammation as much as possible. Now the other way around, spirit to physical. Spirit impacting the physical. So when your spirit is strong, so if you're the sort of person who does a lot of meditation and you've also gone through many experiences in your life that has strengthened your spirit, you reduce your stress hormones. And because you sort of embody a more positive mindset, you improve your immunity. With the sense of purpose, because of the clarity, you're more motivated to stay healthy. And then the inner peace. Inner peace does also help with preventing or reducing inflammation. And spiritual discipline also does foster physical discipline. And when your thoughts are aligned, when your thoughts are coherent, your body will also be more coherent. The organs will be coherent with each other. Now, if your spirit energy is weak, mental upheavals, suffering, that brings along physical suffering, tension. And then when your spirit is weak, there is a disconnection. There are many things that's happening in the world that is pushing for us to have a weak spirit. And there are things, there are products, there are food items, drinks that weaken our spirit. And yes, causing that disconnection. And things like, alcohol, excess coffee drinking does cause that disconnection. For self-care, chaotic mind, a deregulated body. And when spirit is weak is also as a result of lack of purpose. A lack of purpose will affect your body because you are likely to neglect your physical health. So you can see the correlation both ways. So the message very clearly in this vision: the strength of our physical affects our spirit and vice versa. This is validated by biochemistry, the neurotransmitters, the hormones, the inflammation. Neuroscience, the brain plasticity, neural pathways. Physiology, gut, brain. I'll be talking about all this in the other videos in more detail, but generally, these are the areas. Energy, psychology, embodied cognition, mind, body, and unity. So I thank you very much for listening in. Just some points and sharing about how our body and our spirit have a direct correlation, and we shouldn't see them as separate. I invite you to take part in any programs that I run. Visit my website, tahiraamirkhan.com. I wish you a great day.